need to do is take yourself out of the bubble of your job ad or your position description, and have a real close look at it and think, why would anyone want to move from where they are now to come to this particular business?
So joining me on the line today, I've got Joe Buckler from Right Recruit. Hi, Joe. Welcome to the call.
Hi, David. How are you today?
Very good, thank you. Very good.
Good.
Look, I suppose I really wanted to talk to you because we have a lot of clients who are in small business, and the economy right now is causing all sorts of headaches when it comes to finding and keeping good people. So I thought we'd get an expert who does this for a living to give us a bit of insight. So, maybe give me a snapshot of what you think is going on in the economy right now.
It's obviously COVID. Cannot believe that I'm using that word every day. 2 years ago, I'd never even heard of it. So with regards to COVID, what I'm experiencing with recruitment is that I would say most of the candidates that I speak to, after searching on LinkedIn and various other means, they're really reluctant in moving from a business that they know well, that they're comfortable in, and that they know won't be closing down in 3 months' time due to COVID. Right. So they are, candidates are very reluctant to move from what they know to moving somewhere that they don't know what if it's going to be there in 3 months' time. So. That is a really big difficulty, and I also think, to be honest, that's the main for me. That's the main thing.
So for the business owners that you're working with, what do you suggest they do to compensate for this fear that's in the marketplace?
Yeah. I think what they need to do is think outside the box a little bit. So what we've started, well, we were doing it anyway, but what we're doing a lot of at the moment is we're stalking people on LinkedIn, looking for candidates that may be ready to move, and also the Seek profiles. If you've got a job ad up on Seek, you can use the Seek profiles to search for candidates that way. So we are doing a lot of that rather than expecting to receive 200 or 300 applicants via Seek, which used to be the case. That's not happening. So we're using those other means at the moment. Okay.
So really it's about being a bit more proactive because people are probably still interested in moving, but they're fearful.
Yeah, they are fearful. And I think also as well, because all the borders are closed, that movement between people moving interstate, that's not there either. So,
right.
Yeah.
And tell me a bit about what you think's going on with wages at the moment. Are wages going up or wages going down, or they're not moving at all? There's no impact.
That's a real difficult one. I would, my feeling is that they're pretty stagnant, and I believe that a lot of businesses are looking to get the best candidate for as little as possible, which is fair enough, especially for small businesses. But to try and attract a better quality candidate, I think it's worth keeping in mind that if you're investing all this time and money in a new candidate, that an extra $5,000 or $10,000 per annum over, say, a period of 3 years that a candidate would be working with you is really minimal. It's minimal. Could attract a better quality candidate.
Okay. Now you mentioned something earlier about this whole thing about people not wanting to move because they're not sure if the company is going to be secure. So how do you suggest the business owners deal with that particular issue? Like, do they need to be more mindful about how they represent their company in the ads that they're running?
Yeah, I think what you need to do is take yourself out of the bubble of your job ad or your position description, and have a real close look at it and think, why would anyone want to move from where they are now to come to this particular business? And whether that be salary, as say 5,000 or 10,000 a year isn't that much in the scheme of things.
Yeah.
I've got clients that they will offer a regular RDO a month to try and attract, you know, more candidates. So just thinking a little bit outside the box of why someone would actually want to leave where they are now and to attract them to your business. I mean, an RDO once a month isn't actually, I mean, it does cost the business money, but it's not, it's not a financial outlay, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Totally understand. I mean, for me, I'm always a big fan of paying the top end, not the bottom end.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to the productivity of the individual, isn't it? And as you suggested, $5,000 or $10,000 a year in the scheme of things between someone who's super productive and someone who's good is a massive difference in return as well, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And what I find is as well is you speak to candidates and they'll say, yes, I'm really keen on this role. It's not about the money. And I've had this experience a number of times. It's not about the money. And then they're offered a position and it's all about the money. It's definitely all about them. Oh, well, the excuse I usually get is, the wife said no, you know. So, yeah, it is all about the money at the end of the day.
Yeah, look, to be fair, I think money plays a big part of the picture. The other issue, it's a bit like when you buy a product. If you can't tell the difference between two products, so if two jobs look like they're the same, much of a muchness, and the two companies look the same, then it's all about the money. Okay, so maybe a piece of the puzzle is making sure that your job does not compete with other jobs in the market.
Yeah.
As you said, adding an RDO is an interesting idea because you could actually even just pay more, but I think the RDO would be seen as more valuable for some people.
Yeah. And also offering that flexibility within the workplace, especially now. Yeah. Dependent on the role, of course, but just thinking outside the box a little bit.
Yeah, and I think the sort of everything you just said is really thinking about it from the point of view of the candidate, not the business owner.
Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. So, look, if you're going to sum it up in like some advice you'd give to business owners right now who are struggling, how would you sum it up?
I would say have a look at your job ads, have a look where you're advertising. I know it's a really time-consuming process to recruit. If you need help, that's what we're here for. But have a look at your job ad, but have a look at it from the candidate's perspective. Why would I want to come and work within your business? What do you have to offer? What growth prospects are there? And look at your dollars.
Yeah, fantastic. Jo, thanks so much for your time today. Really appreciate your input.
No worries. Thanks, David. Bye.
Bye.